Hello and welcome back to Seconds Out. My name is Eamon Khan here with former world champion looking to get his hands back on gold in 2024. He is, of course, Tevin Farmer. Tevin, good to speak gaming with you. Now to speak boxing with you. How you doing?
How you doing, my boy? I'm happy to be on here, man.
Happy to have you here as well. And 2023, look, good year for you getting back on and getting out there. Do you feel good at lightweight?
I'm actually going down to super featherweight.
I know, no, but the last year you were at lightweight, weren't you?
Well, I was. I wanted to be at super featherweight, but
Hmm.
a couple of my opponents couldn't make the weight, so I stayed at lightweight. I feel amazing at lightweight. I actually fought at lightweight a lot in my career.
Mm-hmm.
I just did. I'm just known for being at super featherweight, but I did fight a lot of fights at lightweight.
Fought a lightweight indeed, and like you mentioned, they're going back down to super featherweight. I'll let you say it in your own words. What's the target for 2024?
Well, I got a hit list. I got a huge hit list. Of course, Joe Cordina is the number one guy because of the IBF that he now has. I feel like it's supposed to be mine. I had a rematch clause when I lost to JoJo. I had a rematch clause. Somehow I got effed over and wasn't able to get the rematch clause. So yeah, so Joe Cordina is my number one target.
Why
Um,
Joe as your number one target? Look, you're over in America, I'm over here in the UK, and we see Cordina as a real good fighter. His last two fights been real good fights as well.
yeah,
Maybe there was a claim that for some in that close fight that he might have not nicked it, but he got the result there. But what do you
yeah.
see in Joe Cordina that you feel that if you came up to him, you get the victory?
I mean, I just feel like overall, I'm just more skillful, more talented, and I'm more seasoned. I've been around the block a few times. He's just getting started, and he's new to this. I think he have yet to face someone that's as good as me myself.
What do you think of his last fight?
I honestly didn't see it.
Hmm.
I heard that some people say he got robbed. The other guy got robbed. Some people say that Joe Cordina didn't win, but this is how I look at it. If the fight that close, then give it to the champion. Period. So,
Hmm.
um, no, not going to discredit Joe Cordina. So, but if that fight can't get made, I got some other people on the hit list.
Your Cordina is no stranger to fighting internationally, but would you come over to the UK for that fight?
I would love to.
Hmm.
I would love to. I would love to. I think whatever makes sense financially for both of us, I think that's what it should be. But I would be glad to come to the UK and face Joe Cordina.
You said you got a lot of fighters on that hit list, and you mentioned there Cordina as one of them.
Yeah, he's one.
Before we get to that hit list as well, just aware that your manager's potentially speaking with actually Kid Galahad for a potential fight this year. What are your
Yeah.
thoughts about getting in the ring with Kid Galahad?
I mean, that's a good fight. I believe what ain't he an ex world champion?
So again, sorry?
Ain't he an ex world champion? Or he
No, no, Kid
what no
lost
he
to
but he fought for a title though, right?
yeah, no, he's won the world title before, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm looking to face champions and ex world champions.
Mhm.
Just keep elevating my status and getting great names on my resume.
Mhm.
That's the whole goal.
That's the goal. And the kid, a very technical. Kid Galahad, a very technical fighter. There, what from the tape that you've seen on Kid Galahad, where do you feel you have those advantages in the ring with him as well too?
I don't want to give too much up because then if I do that, then it's gonna be like it's gonna be like I don't want to fight him. But I just think that, like I said, overall, I'm just a better fighter. I'm just a better, more skillful fighter than a lot of fighters.
More skillful indeed. He was last seen in the ring. Well, there was the Martinez defeat, which was a shock defeat by knockout, and then the loss to Maxi Hughes. Do you
Yeah,
feel that you could potentially, when you get the win as you plan to do, if you do fight
yeah,
him, that you could win by points and also by stopping Kid Galahad if that's the fight?
I stop him easy.
Mhm.
Well, I'm not gonna say easy because this is boxing, right? So I'm not gonna be ignorant, but I definitely get the stoppage.
A lot of confidence there in yourself. Other names on the hit list,
I
Tevin,
like
go for it.
Leigh Wood.
Hmm.
Leigh Wood, he got a solid name. World champion. That's somebody that I would definitely like to fight. He said he want to do one more if he do one more fight, he wanted to be at a big stadium, and I think an American coming over there will be a big deal inside of a stadium, and I think that it is sell even crazy, and also Josh Warrington.
Mm-hmm. Let's start with Leigh Wood. Leigh, a very exciting fighter, and he has his vulnerabilities as well, but that's part of the excitement too. With those last two fights that he's had against Warrington, and then as well with Lara, watching those fights, again, you in the ring with him, you feel that you'd come out the victor.
Yeah, I just think my IQ is next level. IQ, my speed, and I just think my elusiveness. I think people have a lot of problem with my style when it comes to like slipping, sliding, and I'm bringing a different dynamic to the game now than before.
Do you think that's part of why people might not want to fight you, because you have that elusiveness, because you have those different factors to your game? It's harder for you to get those big fights.
Yeah, 100%. I believe that's definitely a case, but everybody's discriminated best. And you can't be the best if you don't fight the best. And if you got an issue with my style and you don't think you can beat me because of that, that means you don't really think you're the best. You're just talking.
Mm-hmm. The other fight you mentioned there was Josh Warrington, another good fighter, all-action fighter as well, too. One that you want as well.
Yeah, the action-packed fighters and great fighters. So I want to fight the best, and that's the reason why. Say that again.
What did you think of the Wood versus Warrington first fight?
Them two dudes always put on great performances, bro. They always put on great performances. I know Warrington looking for a rematch with him.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that's gonna happen, but either way, I'll take Leigh Wood, I'll take Warrington or Kid Galahad. I think that's how you pronounce his name.
Yeah.
And Joe Cordina as well. So
going back to Leigh as a potential opponent, he's got Ben Davison in his corner, who fighters like Devin Haney trust, Anthony Joshua trusts him to use game plans and have him in his corner. What do you think of Ben Davison as a trainer?
I'm not really familiar with him, to be honest. I'm not. But then as you said it, I would definitely go and check him out and do my research on him. But I'm not really familiar with him. I made it seem I may not be familiar with his face. I'm sorry, with his name, but maybe if I see him, I'll probably know exactly who he is.
Bringing this back to yourself, I saw on Instagram you put out the promise. You said, "Look, I promised you it's different now with the training that I'm doing, the fighter that I am now, with the work that I've done behind the scenes. I'm different. I'm going to show the boxing world that I am that." What are the promises that you want to make about your difference in your style and the improvements that you made?
I just want to make statements. I want to show my killer instinct. I want to show people that I am cracking, and just go in there and just be the fighter that I know I can be after all these years. As I perform at a world-class level, I still was never satisfied with how I performed throughout all these years. So now I'm at a point towards though I'm right where I need to be at. I think maturity played a big part, and I'm ready to go show it.
Talking of your killer instincts, you did do that in one of your fights in 2023. Big knockout finish there in that fight. More of those coming?
Oh, I just gotta wait and see. A lot of those coming, a lot, and I don't want to put too much pressure on myself. But I just feel it in my heart, and it's proven through training that it's different. So I show it off come March or February. Not sure which date I'm gonna get, but hopefully I can get one of them guys that I just named: Leigh Wood, Warrington, Kid Galahad, and Cordina. So either one of them is definitely on the hit list, and I'm ready.
In recent years, you and Tank Davis have had back and forths about a fight potentially materializing between you two. Do you feel that will ever happen?
I mean, I don't know. 'Cause even at the peak of both our careers, it didn't happen. So for me to say I think it will now, I can't say, but I think it's a possibility that it could. I'm not sure, but I think it's a strong possibility that it can happen, because a lot of fights is being made nowadays a lot of big fights was being made. And at one point, me and Gervonta Davis was the biggest fights, one of the biggest fights in boxing to be made. And I think it's still there. I just think I got to become a champion again, and it has sparked another conversation.
Mm-hmm. Why do you think it hasn't happened so far?
Honestly, people duck, you know. And I'm not saying Gervonta Davis duck, but you know, your team is gonna put you in the best positions possible. And that's what they did. They put me in the best position possible.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel that Gervonta hasn't faced a style like yours yet, and that might be the reason why he, as you say, is not looking to have you as an opponent?
I know that. Yeah, he never faced nobody like me. Look at Floyd. Look at Floyd's style. Floyd know who to keep his fighters away from. Floyd was a very smart individual, still is. Stylistically, he probably like, this don't make sense for you. So when you say this don't make sense for you stylistically, you figure out excuses on why we shouldn't fight. Because at one point it was I need to go get a belt. Go get a belt. You ain't got a belt. But then next year I got a belt and came back, and it was just same excuse. But listen, I still love that fight. I think a lot of people still love to see that fight. Let me just handle work with the guys that I mentioned, become champion again, and then possibly move up and face them.
Do you keep tabs on Gervonta's developments? I know that he's now changed religion. He's changed his name as well too. Do you feel like it'll give him a different focus heading into his 2024?
Would you say that one more time?
Did you keep tabs on Gervonta Davis's career? He's now changed, or he's now become more religious. He's changed his name. He's become Muslim. Yeah. Do you think that'll give him focus heading into 2024?
Do I think that'll give him focus?
Yeah.
God's willing. I mean, I want everybody to be the best version of themselves. So hopefully him converting can really change them for the better, you know, and have better people around you.
Mm-hmm. That's a good answer there. What about the others in the division? O'Shaquie Foster, talk to me about him.
That's that. I want that work. We had conversations on the phone, and that's that work that I want. They know it. Not sure how much. Say so he got in his career to who he can fight, but we got messages talking. It was actually on the phone. Like I want that smoke. Let's get it. So that's a fight that can be made.
What were those conversations?
It was respectful, you know. He a humble dude. It was respectful. Just basically saying, listen, let's fight each other. Let's make it happen. Let's do it. So I think all these fights that can be made if he just signed with Top Rank. So I'm not sure how his contract look, but I'm not sure if he can call his own shots on who he want to fight. But as of right now, he got a fight coming up with Nova. He got to win that fight. And then if I can get Joe Cordina, and then me and O'Shaquie can unify.
When you have these conversations on the phone with other fighters, can you tell whether a fighter really wants it or not?
I mean, you really can't, because, you know, at the end of the day, we men first. So even if you don't really want it, because I don't do that, but I'm just saying we because I'm a man. At the end of the day, we're gonna put our balls in the line first. Even if you don't want it, you gonna act like you want it because we men first. So you really can't tell if nobody wanted it or not. Because if you can get on the phone with me, that means you somewhat want it.
Bringing it back to Joe Cordina, would you call him your number one choice?
100%.
And you said that you come to the UK, Cardiff, that being Wales specifically, that crowd will be completely against you. Is that something that you thrive for?
I actually don't. I was the underdog my whole life. Underdog. And by the way, I have a big support fan base in the UK.
In Cardiff as well? In Wales?
I don't know exactly where he from. I don't know if it's there, but in the UK period, I know the UK part pretty big. I know people fly over to see the fight. But I don't care about being the underdog. I was the underdog my whole career.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, that I think I perform better when I'm the underdog.
It's a good attitude to have. I don't really hear Eddie Hearn mentioning your name when it comes to Joe Cordina.
Maybe Eddie knows something we don't know.
Mm.
Maybe Eddie knows something that we don't know. So, but I'm definitely looking for that fight. But even if I can't get that fight, give me Kid Galahad, give me Josh Warrington, give me Leigh Wood.
Mm-hmm. Tevin, I'll leave the final word with you. It's been a pleasure speaking to you. But what do you want to say to those people in the division? You're looking for big fights in this year, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in those big fights in
Yeah.
this year. What do you want to say to those who you're targeting?
Anybody that's in my division or around my division, they just gotta watch out because I'm coming for everything that I deserve, and I'm I'm open more doors for myself. You know, it's been a long journey, um, a great career, and I'm just ready and hungry to get back to where I need to be at. So Joe Cordina, Leigh Wood, Josh Warrington, Kid Galahad. Hey, listen, I just want to see who big enough to take this challenge. That's it. Um, and then from there, we'll see.
Tevin, the pleasure is all mine. Thank you so much for speaking to Seconds Out. Looking forward once again to those big fights this year with yourself in them. We'll speak to you soon.